If you have a whole mess of kids or a lot of dogs, then the best vehicle for you is probably a minivan. But what if you have one of those? If you've got a boat to pull, well then a minivan isn't gonna cut it and you need something like this. Now, Chevrolet is bringing an all-new Suburban for the 2025 model year, but that means this 2024 Chevy Suburban, it's about to become the boat tugger's bargain. Let's take a look. And before you head to CarGurus to shop for your own Suburban, don't forget to subscribe to the CarGurus YouTube channel. Did you know that Suburban is the longest running name in autos? 90 years. Maybe that's why, despite being larger than life, the Suburban just kind of blends in. We've gotten used to it. The interlocking grille and headlight design isn't the most graceful face in the industry, but nothing about this truck looks outright ugly. Chevy offers a lot of different wheel designs with the Suburban, from these standard 18-inch wheels to these big 22-inch wheels. Now, every Suburban comes with standard rain-sensing wipers, LED headlights and taillights, standard tinted windows, but because we have a high country trim, we also get power running board steps. Now, I have driven a lot of vehicles, a lot of very big vehicles, so I don't say this part lightly. The Chevy Suburban is massive. Over 6 feet tall, 6.5 feet wide, and a staggering 18 feet 10 inches long. Listen, I get it. Vehicles like the Suburban aren't right for everyone. If you live in or even near a city, you're probably gonna hate driving a Suburban every day. But just like an EV with 250 miles of range is wrong for some people and right for other people, the Suburban is right for people. Now, if you need the space, and more importantly, if you need the power, then the Chevy Suburban is a smart choice. Let's talk about the power. Under the hood, we have a turbocharged 3-liter diesel engine. It's a straight 6 layout, making 277 horsepower and 460 pound-feet of torque. It's available on every Suburban trim, but the lower level trims come standard with a 5.3-liter V8 engine. That is a gas engine. Now, if you want to stick with gas, but you want to upgrade, you can also get a 6.2-liter V8 engine on the Z71 RST Premier and this High Country trim. In fact, the High Country is available with only the diesel or that 6.2-liter V8. There is no 5.3-liter available for this one. Standard towing capacity maxes out at 8,100 pounds if you get the diesel engine and rear-wheel drive. Four-wheel drive, which our test car has, knocks that number down to 7,800 pounds. Chevrolet offers a max trailering package, which interestingly increases the towing capacity of the gas engine models, but not the diesels. Now, if you get the max trailering package, the Tow King becomes the 5.3-liter V8 Suburban with rear-wheel drive, and that one can tow 8,300 pounds. So how does all of this weight and all of this size manage on bucolic New England roads? Well, amazingly enough, driving the Suburban is not like driving a school bus. I mean, yes, it is long, but it doesn't feel particularly tall or wide, at least not more so than your typical pickup truck. The diesel is a sweet engine. It's not rough, acceleration's good, and honestly, steering is pretty good too. The steering isn't razor sharp, but you wouldn't expect it to be. And yeah, the length might take some getting used to if your other car has a Corolla, but compared with an off-road pickup truck, this is very manageable. Every Suburban comes equipped with a 10-speed automatic transmission. It manages our diesel engine well with pretty decisive shift points, but I'm sure some folks will dislike the button-style mechanism. The brakes are pretty solid, but there is no getting around physics. This is a 6,000-pound vehicle, so you're definitely going to want to brake earlier than you think you need to. Rear-wheel drive comes standard with four-wheel drive as an option on every Suburban except for the four-wheel drive only Z71 trim. Our truck has Chevy's optional air ride suspension system, a $1,000 option. It allows us to set multiple ride heights from a lower level for easier entry and exit to a higher one for clearing rocks and roots if you need to. As I mentioned earlier, the Duramax diesel is available on every trim level of the Suburban, but the 5.3 liter V8 engine is undoubtedly the most popular choice. Now, if there is one downside to this vehicle, it's the fuel economy. There's almost no getting around it, and that is where the diesel comes in. With an EPA estimated fuel economy of 20 mpg city, 26 highway, and 22 combined, our diesel four-wheel drive Suburban can save you upwards of $900 per year over a four-wheel drive gas engine Suburban. That's a lot, and with the high country trim, the diesel engine is actually $1,500 cheaper than the 6.2 liter V8 engine. That means that it saves you money at the dealership and at the pump. I mean, how great is that? And how rare is that? That never happens. Given 26 miles per gallon and a 28-gallon fuel tank, the Suburban had better be comfortable for long highway drives. It certainly has the cargo space with 41.5 cubic feet behind the third row, 93.8 behind the second row, and 144.7 with both folded. That's like 2 8-person hot tubs worth of volume. And while it's not uncomfortable, this Suburban, it could be a little better, particularly given its price, which we'll get to in a little bit. Cloth seats are only standard on the lowest level trim. Everything else gets leather, and the high country comes standard with perforated leather seats equipped with 3-stage heating and ventilation. I like that. But the driver and front passenger seat has only 12-way adjustments, and that's in the high country trim. Most others offer only 10-way adjustments. The seat could be a little more comfortable, and the tech is a mixed bag too. The important stuff is all there, and it's all good. It's easy to use, and Chevrolet includes Google built in. Standard on this size touchscreen, which is standard on every trim above the very base LS. Google built-in particular is great. It puts Google Maps, Google Assistant, and the Google Play Store right into the native software, so you don't need to pair your phone to get those critical apps. But this screen is only 10.2 inches, and I'm not sure if you noticed the size of this vehicle, but 10.2 inches can feel a little small in a Chevy Suburban. I mean, have you seen the screens in a Toyota Sequoia or a Silverado 2500? Now, maybe that doesn't matter to you, and that's fine, but if it does, well, the tech is a good reason to wait until the 2025 Chevy Suburban comes out, because that one should have a beautiful 17.7-inch display. Our test car has a Bose stereo with 10 speakers. There's another number that feels a bit light for this class of vehicle. Wireless Android Auto has worked seamlessly for me this week, and we also have a rear seat media system, a $1,995 option that will help your administration preside over peacetime on your next road trip. Finally, safety. The Suburban rates only 4 out of 5 stars in NHTSA crash tests, including 3 out of 5 for rollover. Slow down. But this big vehicle comes with a big suite of advanced driver assistance systems to help you avoid a crash in the first place. Most notable is Super Cruise, a subscription-based hands-free driving software that works beautifully across hundreds of thousands of miles of roads. If you're on a pre-mapped road and you turn on Super Cruise, it will handle the speed, the steering, lane changes. It does it all for you, and it can even do it while towing a trailer. Now, Super Cruise is a subscription, so in order to get that functionality, you have to have the hardware on your vehicle, and you have to pay $25 a month or $250 a year. All right, let's talk about cost. Now, the Suburban is huge and it's hugely capable, but that does come at a price. This vehicle starts at $61,195, and while I do think it will become a little cheaper, maybe there will be some incentives offered once that 2025 model arrives, the starting price on this is still $4 grand more than a Ford Expedition, but it is about $2,000 less than a Jeep Wagoneer. Our test car costs more, a lot more, about 30 grand more. With the advanced technology package, the rear seat media system, the panoramic sunroof, the power running boards, the adaptive air ride suspension, and the trailering package, our as tested price rang in at $92,750. I like the Chevy Suburban for its practicality and its capability, but I'll admit I don't love the interior, and I think I'd like to wait for the 2025 model's technology. Plus, at $92,000 plus, I think if I'm looking for a great deal Suburban, I'm looking a little further down the trim ladder. But what do you think? Let us know in the comments section below. Don't forget to head to CarGurus.com where you can shop for a Suburban and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.